One more hour. I'm working with John Dickinson today, JD in Boston, where he'll be for tip-off tomorrow night. And Daryl the Guru Johnson, he'll be back tomorrow. He's enjoying the day with his son, who has graduated from high school. He's very proud.
Big congratulations. Yep. Absolutely there. And little Red Sox game tonight for your guy.
Nice. You're going to get to see one of the best players in baseball, my third baseman, Devers.
Rafael Devers?
Devers.
Yeah.
Simon, you're doing a great job.
Got about 13 dingers, hitting about 330.
He's having a good year.
Yeah.
Off to a real good start.
Here's the question that we probably have to wait till tomorrow to find out. But when Guru's son receives his diploma, will Guru storm the stage?
No. I'm going to say no.
So it won't be as big as when his teammate hit the buzzer beater from half court.
You will hear, though, him screaming as if he's giving another speech, like like he's going to give the life speech. All right, it's time to start your life speech, like he gave the Game 4 speech.
Yeah. Anyway, we love you, Goo. We know you probably have that Odyssey app running with. Yeah, go ahead.
I shouldn't tell this story, but it does kind of. You know how sometimes. So, my senior year of high school, it got me thinking about my graduation. My senior year of high school, you walk up, you get the diploma, and you kind of turn and smile, and because I think they take your picture, whatever. But you shake hands with the principal.
Sure.
I had some issues my senior year.
You didn't.
I didn't shake his hand.
Oh, come on, JD.
I didn't shake his hand. Think about that. I'm kind of ashamed to admit it, but when you think of moments where your adulthood is set forward, it's kind of on brand in a way.
We're gonna have to revisit that after we talk to Chris Broussard, because that one is a bit surprising to me. All right, let's head out to my main man, Chris Broussard. He's a co-host on FS1's morning show First Things First, as well as co-host of The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Doing well. Let's start talking some NBA Finals and just throw out the first and most important thing you're thinking as you watch the first 5 games.
Wow. It's hard to pinpoint the most important, but I do think Golden State's defense has been tremendous. And, we know that's been a part of their run throughout these last 8 years, but it obviously gets overlooked because of the offense and Steph's three-point shooting and Clay. So I think that stands out to me. And I don't know how you guys felt about it, but my co-host Nick Wright, you probably seen, he hated the Andrew Wiggins deal. Yeah. I loved the Andrew Wiggins deal. And I mentioned it could be similar to what Iguodala did when he went to Golden State. And people kind of mocked me for bringing up Wiggins with Iguodala. But he looks like, with all due respect to Iggy, it's like a better version of Iguodala when he was with the Warriors. So those are two things that stand out, obviously, in addition to just some incredible quarters and obviously Game 4 from Steph.
What does it say for you, Chris, about just the makeup of the Warriors to where in this series to this point, Steph goes off in Game 4, legendary performance, right? Iconic, all-timer for him in that game. But throughout the series, it's been a little bit of Draymond in Game 2, and it's been a lot of Wiggins in Game 5. And Jordan Poole had not a great series, but he helped them win Game 2, and he helped them win Game 5. And it's Looney, and it's like everybody can kind of put their fingerprint on some part of this series where the Warriors have gotten just enough of everybody to be where they are right now.
Right. And one of the reasons I picked Golden State in 7 before the series began, and one of the reasons was that they have multiple scores. Now, you mentioned Draymond and Looney. They're doing it, obviously, in different ways. But I felt like as great as Boston's defense is, when they faced Brooklyn and did a wonderful job on Durant, but as great as Durant and Kyrie are, their offense is very pedestrian. I mean, the team system, right? It's a lot of one-on-one ISO. not a lot of player movement. And so that was easier to stop, even though those two guys are great. And then in Milwaukee, without Chris Middleton, it was Giannis or bust offensively. You got a little bit from Drew here or there, but it was mainly Giannis. And then Miami, with Tyler Hero banged up, Kyle Lowry banged up, it was Jimmy Butler or bust offensively. And I felt like against the Warriors, of course you've got Steph, but you also have Clay, you also have Poole, and you also have Wiggins, who people forgot was a legit 20-point scorer. They weren't winning, but he still was giving you 20 points a game consistently. And so I just felt like their multiple number of scores that they had would be too much for Boston to overcome.
Chris Broussard joining us on 95.7 The Game. He's the co-host of FS1's morning show. First things first, let me jump back to Wiggins here. Chris, do you think he's a different player than he was in Minnesota, or do you think he's in a better environment where he fits more into, let's say, a pecking order of him being the third or fourth best player on a team?
I think it's a little bit of both, of course, but I think it's mostly the second thing you said. Andrew Wiggins has number one, we talk about players, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, as far as rank on the team. He has number one talent, right? He like the talent to be the number one guy on a team. But he has a number 2 game. As much talent as he has, I say you look at his game, he's got the talent, the game to be like a number 2 guy. But his mentality is more of a number 3 or 4 guy. And I don't say that so much in a negative way. Obviously, sometimes it can be that, but I just think he doesn't have the ego where he's got to be the man, where that's like the most important thing to him. I don't feel like he wants the responsibility of having to drop 24 points every night. And there have been guys like that. I think Rasheed Wallace was like that. We watched him in Portland. He was giving you 18 and 9 a night, making a couple all-star teams. But not quite, it was like something's missing. He doesn't really want to be that guy, and he goes to Detroit where he doesn't have to be that guy, and he has a great run there, and they win a championship. And I think Wiggins is the same. I don't think he wants that responsibility that Steph carries every night, or LeBron, or some of these other number 1 guys. And so now he can come to Golden State, and he's like the third or fourth scorer, and he can just play ball without the pressure of having to get 20 points every night. And I think he loves it. Even if he doesn't realize it, I think subconsciously it's perfect for him. And he's always had, even though he wasn't like the greatest defender in Minnesota, he's always had everything physically you need to be a great defender, right? He's long, he's athletic, all that. And so I just think he's in a perfect situation.
Chris, what would a 4th championship and the way that the Warriors would have done it if they win one of these next 2 games mean for Steph Curry and his legacy? I got to ask you on that. I think he can only add to it, not take away from it. I know we all debate it constantly, but on the positive end, what does he gain from the 4th one?
Well, obviously everybody's bringing up, and let's say he'll win the Finals MVP, because I think Finals MVP is overrated. I think he should have won it in 2015, but we all know that perception is reality. And if somehow he doesn't win Finals MVP, which he clearly is the Finals MVP right now, but if he had 2 kind of pedestrian games, 6 and 7, and Wiggins was spectacular like he was in Game 5, I don't know. Would people give it to Wiggins? I think they still would give it to Steph, but you never know. But some people, it's sad, but we know what it is, guys. Some people, if they won the championship and Steph wasn't Finals MVP, just some people would almost be like he didn't win the championship. They would harp on the fact that he wasn't MVP, which is sad. So I'm going to throw in that he is the MVP as well as winning the ring. The debate now becomes, is he top 10 all time? And obviously it's already started to some degree. And, you know this, when most guys throw it out willy-nilly, oh, he'll be top 10. He's already top 10. They're really thinking of about 14 guys, right?
Yes.
Like, they
no
never
doubt.
say who's coming off. And so, and I looked at it, I was thinking about it today, and I was like, gosh, who do you put him ahead of? Because I think he's got a great argument. But I'll say this. If he wins it, Finals MVP, he is definitively in the conversation. He's in it. He's one of the 13, 14 guys that is firmly in that conversation, and then it depends on subjectivity. You know, like
right.
You like his game better than Elijah Wan's or better than Shaq's or Oscar. You know, it'll
right.
be that type of thing. So that's what I think he'll definitively be in that conversation for sure.
Hey, Chris, thank you as always. I know you're busy, and from a guy who knew you way back when, it's fun to keep track of you on TV, my man.
Hey, man, I still have great memories from back in the day of trying to guard you. And so it's always a pleasure to be on with you, my man.
Well, you know what? Since nobody cares, Chris and I were the greatest Division III media players of all time. How about that?
We can say that.
Yes.
We can definitely say that.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's saying much,
no.
but we can definitely claim that.
Absolutely. All right, man. Take care.
All right, brother.